Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive? Today, we're wading into a story, well, it's a real cocktail of business and politics, all swirling around a company you might not know yet. IMPSA.
IMPSA.
Yeah, they're a big deal, though. Think of the beating heart of Argentina's energy grid. We're talking massive hydroelectric dams, wind farms stretching across those pampas landscapes. But, and here's where it gets juicy,
Okay.
they're not just a local player. These guys have global reach. Projects in over 40 countries, even supplying parts for Argentina's first ever nuclear reactor project. Pretty high stakes, right, Tron?
Wow.
And buckle up, because MPSA is teetering on the edge of privatization. Everyone's got an opinion on this one. So today, we'll untangle those arguments, figure out who's pulling the strings and what's really at stake for Argentina and, honestly, the whole world.
What grabs me about IMPSA is, sure, keeping the lights on is important, but their work, it's strategic. Especially now, when the whole world's chanting clean energy.
Okay, break that down for me. Why is MPSA suddenly the poster child for this global energy shift?
It's not just about dabbling in renewables, they're major leaguer. Think huge hydroelectric projects, the guts of those complex wind turbines. And get this.
Yeah.
They're part of Argentina's ambitious Carem reactor project.
Carem reactor, that's a small modular reactor, right?
Yep.
I've heard that name. Something about being a game changer.
You got it. SMRs, they're designed to be more nimble, more adaptable than those hulking traditional nuclear plants. Way more attractive if a country wants carbon-free energy but doesn't want to,
Put all their eggs in one basket.
Exactly. And MPSA, right there in the thick of it, developing crucial ports for this cutting-edge tech.
So this isn't just local anymore, is it? This has global implications for who controls the future of clean energy.
Bingo. But there's a hitch. As impressive as MPSA sounds, they've been wrestling with some financial gremlins. Big debt restructuring going on, which really throws fuel on this whole privatization fire.
Right. Our sources mention a debt mountain, something like $500 million. No small change. No wonder selling off such a valuable asset is on the table.
It's not quite as simple as just selling the family's silver, though. Strong feelings on both sides. Some experts say, hold your horses, this privatization's not so urgent. Others say it's the only way to lure in foreign cash, give MPSA the financial shot in the arm it needs.
So we're digging into a debate that's about way more than just dollars and cents. It's about the soul of Argentina's economy. Our sources point to Governor Corneo. He's all for privatization, doesn't mince words either. The report actually quotes him, calling the idea of a state-run MPSA a relic of a failed Soviet economy. Talk about throwing down the gauntlet.
That's a loaded phrase, no doubt, and it exposes the deeper ideological current swirling beneath this whole debate. To really grasp the weight of this decision, we've got to look back at Argentina's long, complicated dance with privatization.
Okay, rewind time. Argentina's been down this road before.
Oh yeah, triumphs and tragedies, booms and busts, Argentina's seen it all. Back in the 90s, under President Menem, the country dove headfirst into privatization, selling off everything but the kitchen sink, the national airline, Aerolíneas Argentinas, the railways, even the postal service.
Ambitious. How'd that work out? Did it deliver?
Mixed bag, if we're being generous. Some moves brought short-term gains, efficiency, foreign investment, the works. But others, job losses, prices through the roof, services down the drain.
Ouch. Specifics.
Take the railways, once the pride of South America. After privatization, crumbling infrastructure, passenger numbers plummeted, freight traffic stalled. A real cautionary tale. Yeah, a real object lesson. It makes Cornejo's Soviet economy dig land a little harder, doesn't it? Tax into that fear of repeating those mistakes, clinging to outdated systems.
But this isn't just ancient history we're dealing with, right? There's a whole other layer, talk of backroom deals, whispers about who's lined up to buy MPSA.
Absolutely. Our sources point to a U.S. company, ARC Energy, as a potential frontrunner.
ARC Energy, fill in the blanks for me. What's their angle?
Big players in global energy, known for those massive infrastructure projects, especially in, shall we say, up-and-coming markets. And here's the kicker. Sources suggest they may have some agreement with Venezuela, something about the Tacoma Dam project.
Tacoma Dam. That's ringing a faint bell.
Should do. MPSA was up to their elbows in that project before it hit the skids years ago. The usual economic and political roadblocks. But if ARC Energy's found a way to breathe life back into Tacoma, well, snapping up MPSA's expertise, their tech, that's a power move.
So more than just buying a company, it's about buying into a whole project, potentially a gold mine. Suddenly, privatization gets interesting.
You're catching on. And ARC Energy isn't the only shark circling. Our sources also flag up Grupo Werthen, an Argentine powerhouse.
Grupo Werthen, yeah, they're kind of a big deal down there, aren't they? Vaguely remember them having their fingers in a lot of pies.
That's putting it mildly. They're everywhere. Agriculture, textiles, you name it. But the relevant bit, they're already knee-deep in Argentina's energy sector.
So IMPSA isn't just another trophy for the shelf. There's more to it.
You bet. This would give them a stranglehold on Argentina's energy, control over vital infrastructure, the ability to shape the country's energy future. A lot of power.
Like a high-stakes chess match. ARC Energy, Grupo Werthen, all making their moves. Any other players on this board we should know about?
Our sources murmur about an influential figure working behind the scenes, José Luis Manzano.
Manzano, yeah, that name's familiar. Give me the rundown. Who is he again?
Now, there's a story. Long history in Argentine politics, business, the whole shebang. Former Minister of the Interior, media tycoon, businessman with connections up the wazoo. We're not just talking boardrooms here. This is political maneuvering, backroom deals, the works.
Sounds like it.
And our sources suggest Manzano might be a key player in this IMPSA saga. Maybe even backing Javier Milei, that libertarian firebrand, big advocate for privatization. It's all connected.
So another layer added to this already intricate situation. But big picture for a second. Why all the fuss about IMPSA? Why is one company, even a big player like this, causing such a stir?
Because this goes way beyond Argentina's borders. IMPSA is a window into a bigger story playing out globally. The race to dominate clean energy. It's the new gold rush.
Right, and our sources mentioned something about a U.S. project in Argentina, the Clean Energy Transition Accelerator.
Yeah.
Where does that fit in?
The CETA project, yeah. On the surface, it's the U.S. pledging money, know-how, all to help Argentina go green. Win-win, right? Fighting climate change, sustainable development.
But there's always a but, isn't there?
There's always a but. The CETA project, sure, it's about helping Argentina go green, but it also gives the U.S. a say in how that happens, what tech gets used, who's at the table, that kind of thing.
So more than just goodwill, there's some geopolitical strategy in the mix.
Exactly. The U.S., everyone really, they see clean energy isn't just good vibes, it's the future of power. And nobody wants to be left holding last year's solar panel, right? Which brings us right back to IMPSA.
Because whoever controls IMPSA, with all that expertise in hydro, wind, even nuclear, they've got a head start in this global energy race.
Nailed it. And that's the crux of it. Makes this whole thing so fascinating. You've got Argentina trying to balance the books, keep the lights on, build a future.
Right.
Then you've got heavy hitters like ARC Energy, Grupo Werthen, all with their own agendas. And in the background, the U.S. flexing its muscles, trying to shape the playing field to its liking.
IMPSA is like that pawn, suddenly worth a whole lot more, with everyone watching to see where it lands.
A high-value pawn, that's for sure. The stakes are sky high. If IMPSA goes to a foreign company, Argentina loses some control, right? But if they keep it, can they really give it the support it needs? It's a tightrope walk.
No easy answers. So listeners, here's something to chew on as you go about your day. Imagine you're calling the shots. Argentina's energy future is in your hands. What would you do with IMPSA? Go with foreign investment, that promise of a quick boost. Or find a way to keep it homegrown, even if it means navigating some choppy waters. No right answer, but by digging into the details, the history, the global forces, you start asking the right questions. And that's what this deep dive is all about. Thanks for joining us. Until next time.